Imagine waking up one morning, checking your bank account, and realizing that everything you've worked for your entire life isn't enough. You thought your steady salary would protect you. You thought that showing up every day, doing your job, and saving a little would secure your future? But what if I told you that relying solely on a salary is one of the riskiest financial traps anyone can fall into? That it's a trap so subtle, most people don't even notice until it's too late? It's not about working harder, it's about working smarter. Most people equate a salary with security. They believe that if they climb the corporate ladder, get promotions, and maybe snag a few raises along the way, they'll be safe. But here's the harsh truth. Salaries are limited. Companies cap your growth. Economic crises can slash your income overnight. Inflation erodes the value of your paycheck year after year. And worst of all, your salary depends entirely on someone else's decision. Your boss, your company, or even the market itself. Think about it. You spend roughly 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, contributing your energy, creativity, and time to someone else's dream. They benefit from your effort. Their wealth grows. But you get a fixed number at the end of the month. That number barely increases at the same rate as your needs. And it certainly doesn't account for emergencies, inflation, or the life you actually want to live. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with a job. Jobs can provide stability, experience, and even satisfaction. But when you depend solely on a salary for your financial future, you're building your house on sand. You're leaving your financial freedom entirely in the hands of others. And here's the kicker. Most people don't even realize they're doing it until it's too late. Let's break it down. The average person works for 40 to 50 years, hoping that by the time they retire, they'll have enough saved. But let's face it, retirement savings alone are not enough. Social security or pensions are shrinking. Inflation eats away at your nest egg. Medical expenses skyrocket as you age. And when you realize you need more money, there's no magical salary increase that can suddenly fix the problem. Now, here's a question for you. What happens if your job disappears tomorrow? Layoffs happen all the time in every industry. No one is immune. And when it does, how long could you survive? 2 months? 3? Or are you the person scrambling to find side gigs just to make ends meet? That's the danger of depending only on a salary. Your life is dictated by circumstances you don't control. Here's where most people get it wrong. They think saving 10% of their salary, investing in a retirement account, and maybe buying a house is enough. But in reality, savings alone cannot multiply your income. They cannot create wealth fast enough to secure your freedom. Savings is important, yes, but wealth creation requires multiple streams of income. It requires assets that work for you while you sleep. Let me paint a picture. Imagine 2 people. Person A earns $60,000 a year, saves diligently, and invests in a basic retirement account. Person B earns the same but also invests in a small business, rental property, or dividend-paying stocks. 10 years later, person A has a solid nest egg, but it's tied mostly to the stock market and retirement funds. Person B? They're generating passive income streams that grow independently of their salary. Their money is working for them, compounding and expanding in ways a salary alone can't. Which scenario sounds safer to you? This isn't just theory. Every financial crisis, every recession, every company downsizing proves the same point. Your paycheck is fragile. Jobs are temporary. Markets fluctuate. Life is unpredictable. But money that works for you, assets that generate income, those are more resilient. They're not dependent on a boss, a company, or an economy that may crumble. And here's another truth most people overlook. Time is your most valuable asset. The earlier you start creating income beyond your salary, the more leverage you have. 10 years from now, if you continue relying solely on your paycheck, your options shrink. But if you start today, even small investments, side hustles, or passive income streams can snowball. Compound interest works quietly but powerfully, and it rewards those who start early. So, what can you do? The first step is awareness. Realize that a salary alone is not security. Then, start exploring alternatives. Invest in yourself. Skills are assets. The more you know, the more you can earn. Courses, certifications, and learning new technologies can open doors to consulting, freelance work, or even starting your own business. Create multiple income streams. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Rental properties, stock dividends, side businesses, or online ventures can provide income even if your salary disappears. Understand money. Most people never learn about investing, taxation, or financial planning. Knowledge is power. Knowing how to make your money work for you is more important than working harder for money. Leverage technology. Today, creating digital products, online courses, or even a simple blog or YouTube channel can generate income 24/7. Your laptop can become a money-making machine if you approach it strategically. Automate and compound. Put your money into investments that grow over time. Don't just save. Invest. Let compound interest work its magic while you focus on building more streams of income. Now, let me challenge your thinking. Ask yourself this: if you lost your job tomorrow, how long could you sustain your lifestyle? Would you need to downgrade, move back with family, or start borrowing money? Most people don't have a solid answer to this question, and that's exactly why depending solely on a salary is dangerous. It's not about fear, it's about preparing for certainty. Certainty that life doesn't owe you a paycheck. Here's something interesting. The richest people in the world didn't become wealthy by relying on salaries. They created systems, built businesses, invested wisely, and diversified their income. Their money works for them. And that's the key takeaway here. True financial freedom comes from owning assets, not earning wages. Some people resist this idea because it's uncomfortable. They like the stability, the predictability, the comfort of a monthly paycheck. But here's the irony. The more comfortable you feel relying on a salary, the more vulnerable you are to life's unexpected blows. Comfort is a trap, and breaking free requires action, strategy, and courage. And here's a small but powerful secret. Starting doesn't require a huge amount of money. You don't need thousands of dollars to begin investing or creating side income. What you need is consistency, patience, and a willingness to learn. Small steps taken consistently compound over time into something extraordinary. Let me give you a real-world example. Imagine investing just $100 per month into an asset that grows at 8% annually. In 20 years, that's not just $24,000. It becomes over $50,000 thanks to compound interest. Now imagine combining that with other income streams like side hustles or rental properties. Your money starts working for you even while you sleep. Contrast that with a salary that increases slowly, barely keeping pace with inflation, and you start to see why depending solely on wages is a trap. Now, some of you might be thinking, but I don't have time. I have a full-time job, responsibilities, bills to pay. I get it. Life is busy. But here's the truth. If you continue waiting until you have time, money, or perfect circumstances, you'll never start. The perfect moment never comes. What separates successful people from everyone else is action, even when conditions aren't perfect. So, here's the challenge I want to leave you with. Today, start thinking beyond your paycheck. Explore what you can do to build wealth, even in small ways. Research investment options. Consider side hustles. Learn about passive income. The difference between a life of financial stress and financial freedom isn't a higher salary. It's smarter strategies, diversified income, and taking control of your money before it's too late. Remember, every dollar you earn today can either be spent, saved, or invested. Spending provides immediate satisfaction but zero long-term growth. Saving offers safety but limited growth. Investing, intentionally, strategically, creates wealth that compounds over time. And when you combine this with multiple income streams, your financial security no longer depends solely on your salary. You are in control. You are building freedom. And here's a thought that might shock you. Most people realize the importance of income diversification only after facing a financial crisis. Don't wait for that moment. Let it be the moment you decide to take control now. It's never too early, but it can be too late. The choices you make today shape your freedom tomorrow. So, take a hard look at your life today. Ask yourself, am I truly in control of my financial future, or am I depending on someone else to provide it? If it's the latter, it's time to act. Start small, start consistent, start now. Build assets. Diversify income. Learn, invest, and grow. Don't wait for the perfect moment, because it might never come. Your financial freedom, your peace of mind, and your life of opportunity depend on the choices you make today, not tomorrow. Think of your salary as a foundation, not the house. The house, the life you want, the freedom you deserve, must be built on assets that generate income, on money that works for you. Start building today, because once you truly understand this, the world of opportunity opens up in ways you never imagined. Your future is waiting, but it won't wait forever.